this shit's all tangled. Hold on a second. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Can y'all hear me good enough? How's things? Friday. All right. I got a couple beers. I got to run today, so we'll have a couple beers, but I still got to go for a run. I guess this will be a happy hour. Pretty much going to be finishing up the rest of the day on the markets. We'll be closing the markets out. I'll just be discussing as well. I don't know what I just did. I'll be discussing the day today, not only the day today, but the whole week. The whole week in the first week of the TopStep Combine. And I got to be honest, I am very, very happy that I'm in the Combine this week. This week was, it had its ups, its downs, but I think the best part about it so far was the learning opportunity that I had. And the fact that if I wasn't trading with other people's money this week, you'll see. So let's have a sip. And then you can see at the bottom left-hand side of your screen, I'm up $90.80 on the day. Actually, I can show you the whole day. At one point, I was up about $500 on the day. If I zoom in, I kind of want to show you a couple of things. And this is what the platform shows you as far as like how you're doing and this, that, and the other thing. So we can see I took 8 trades today. 4 of them were winners. 3 of them were losers. Actually, 1 of them was a break even. And I like to use average winning trade because, right, your average winning trade should be bigger than your average losing trades, right? That's the goal. But I take a lot of break even stops or like $20 break even stops, and that throws off the average a lot. So if we look at like the winners for today, we can see like this was a 300. This was really a break even stop. And then I had another one that was about 220. Those are my winners. My losers was a 300. And then these two at the end of the day, I started giving money back. And we'll see on the chart because I actually took some notes on that chart. If we can go back, here's the whole day so far. If we go to the morning session, let's just talk about today first. So this is going to be Friday. I started the day off pretty much wanting to avoid getting reset. As I mentioned in the Discord, I had a couple of bad days in a row, actually. But here's that news to start the day. We had the news to start the day. They found out that people weren't working. Surprise. And it flushed all the way down to here. And we pretty much worked its way out. I took a pre-market trade. And this is something that I'm going to talk about when we look at the whole week recap. I have not been successful. I don't think I've won or been profitable on one trade that was taken outside of market hours. I really need to stop doing that. And these are things that I'm journaling. And this is kind of why I like being live and being fully transparent with you guys. There's nothing to hide, and I have to face the music. We can see I tried to go long here thinking we were going to retrace this move, but there was no justification behind it. I play plays off of the 9 EMA, which we'll see. And I pretty much made a long right into the 9 EMA, and I immediately got stopped out. I lost $300 there. That's just stupid on my part, right? I should not be doing that. The market opened. So I started the day down 300. The market opened. I took a nice scalp off the 9 EMA. This was the play. This is the play that I wanted to work. And this is all in conjunction with the book map, guys. I can show the book map is still up and going. It's pretty much what I'm using. And I think today is the last day. They're giving like 50% off. I don't have a link for that. Just go through my link. It's for everybody. I think you have to use the code Black Friday. I put that in the Discord. But a lot of these trades too are coming with the book map. So I took that. That was a nice little play right here. This was a profitable $300 trade for me. Here, another nice long $300 trade for me. And these are bracket orders. And does it sting to see it continue to fly upwards? Yeah, that sucks. It's not the ideal scenario I want to see. But, you know, after you get out of a trade, trades are going to go up. They're going to go down. That's, you know, you got to take your profit target. I was targeting the top of this consolidation. That's really what I wanted. This was a break-even trade for me, so I entered long, and then as I got into the profit, I moved it up, and then I got stopped out. Here's another 9 EMA scalp, came down, pulled back off the 9 EMA, was riding this 9 EMA, and we want to go with the trend. Trend is your friend. So we wanted to play that uptrend. I made that for $225 and things were pretty much good. This is on the 3-minute chart. This is where things got a little bit hairy for me at the end of the day. And this is kind of over trading. Looking in hindsight, I'm really over trading here. I had another one of those where I went long. It shot up to here. I took a break even stop and then it pulled back. And I was like, all right, but I still was looking at the book map and there was still a lot of liquidity here to break through. And I knew that if we broke through, we were going to be good. Once I bounced back up here, I was like, it broke through that liquidity and I was like, I'm going to try this trade again. It was the right trade. As we can see the candle after, like this is where I had to not get angry because it was the right trade. But what happened was I have a 2-point stop. That's what I'm using as a bracket order. You can see up here, 2-point stop. I got stopped out at 1.75. So a little bit of leakage there on the bid-ask spread. And I wrote here, book map said it was going. That's why I went back in. But it literally bounced off my stop. It literally came down, hit this stop, and then we had a full continuation up here to 465. That made me like a little bit tilted. It made me angry. This is where I should have got up, walked away, and said, hey, listen, you have a 2-point stop for a reason. That 2-point stop has protected you time and time again. Let's not be angry. Sometimes you're going to top tick an exit and profit really well. Sometimes you're going to get bottom tipped on the way out. And here I rushed an entry. And this I wrote tilted trade. This was a tilted trade right here. I took another 225 loss. And that's when I said to myself, Brad, you're over trading. You're angry. And I got up and walked away. I should have gotten up and walked away after this, but I got a little bit angry. I felt a little bit heated, and that's the name of the ball game. It's a live and a learn. I'm not trading with my own money, so that's a good thing, right? I'm getting to learn these lessons trading the TopStep Combine, where the worst thing that can happen is that I can get, reset or break a rule, but I'm not breaking the rules. Today, my rules were do not go, daily loss limit was $3,000, which I'm not going to do, and my trailing drawdown, which I'll show you that account, I had about $704 before I would have hit my trailing drawdown. So right now I'm living to fight another day, just being up for the market and green on the day, $90. So the goal for the next half hour here, I'm not saying I'm not going to take a trade, but it's got to be a really, really good one. All right. So if you guys have any questions about what I just talked about today, we can see this power hour is going pretty nicely so far. We had a nice little continuation up through the value area high, and it's starting to pull back a little bit. We see the MACD is starting to cross down here. If we come through here, we can see this is on the 1 hour. I'll get to that question in 1 second. That's a great question. We could see here, I've pretty much been waiting on the 1 hour chart. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this to break out of this. But we pretty much retraced this whole move on the day. The trend is up. Don't fight the trend on the hourly chart. So, pretty much all day you had to be looking for longs unless we saw this trend really, really break out. On the 15-minute chart, we had some demand down here. We came into that demand and then essentially pulled right out of it. And then this whole area here from the 30th to today has pretty much been a chop zone. So this is a tough place to really take a trade. If we look at the 5-minute chart, nothing really doing here. I like the 5-minute chart just if I need to slow things down, but nothing crazy happening here on the 5-minute chart. And then we'll go to the 3-minute chart. To answer the question about Carmine Rosato's course, I have not taken his course. I do know people that have taken his course, and from what I've heard, it's a very, very good course. But he puts everything on YouTube. Just like my course, everything is on YouTube. The reason we pay for courses is so we can get access after the course, which is his Discord, which is a great reason to pay for the course if you want to get in there. Another reason you pay for courses if you want things organized so you don't have to search all over YouTube. I personally was in no rush, so that's the reason why I haven't taken this course. I have taken courses before. I'm not anti-courses. And really like being another YouTuber, I was always able to just DM him, and he's always been very, very good to me and gotten back to me. So that's really the play on his course right now. So we're going to see here if we can continue to pull back. I'm trading 2 contracts. I'm not opposed to trading one. I think I'm perfectly okay with that. But I'm not going to try and catch a falling knife here. We can see that there's really nothing going on to the downside. I could pretty much come up to value area high, which is sitting right here at 40.67. So I'm going to take a look at the book map, and I'm going to talk through the book map for a second just to show you more what we're looking at here, because I think I really do trade primarily off the book map, not really the candles. So if we look at the bookmark, we can see we have a ton of liquidity. We have a big block down here at 230. I think, let me just make sure that you guys are seeing what I see. Sometimes I have to like sort it out of the way here. Oh, you stupid. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. All right, but I have to click over. I have to do this so you can see it. There we go. All right. So we have a big block down here, 226 at 470. A 40.70, and that's essentially what we're trading into right now. So if I'm going to be looking for a trade, I'm going to see if we're going to break that 470, we pretty much have smooth sailing to the downside. So that's a really, really good level to watch, or it's going to act as support. So that's essentially what I'm doing right now with the book map. I'm waiting to see if we come down and we can break this 470. And if we can break this 470, then I'm going to be looking to play moves down into the 60s. But if we get some support, I'm going to just check the volume here, and we can see some nice volume coming out. If we had some selling pressure that got rid of all this liquidation, now we're going to see if we start to stack some and we want to push back up here to 77, or if we want to continue this downside move. That's what I'm really looking for. Just got to sort my screens out, sorry. See, we just bounced off of it. We got some buyers bouncing off of it. Sellers eating it up, eating it up, eating it up. Not really getting a strong continuation down through. Big selling volume there. Just got rid of all that liquidity. So now there's not really that much room down until we get down to 470. So this is where we might start to look for a pullback, right? Just because we eat that liquidity zone doesn't mean it's going to continue down right away. Doesn't mean it's going to continue down at all. It's more looking for momentum, and now we see more selling volume, and blocks start to stack above and below, and that's when we can kind of get an idea of our direction. Right on, Luciano. The wheel is the shit, man. Oh, you took my course, Luciano? Thank you. I appreciate the support. If you guys want to trade with other people's money and you did not see my TopStep video, it's on the main channel. My last video talked about exactly what I'm doing this week with TopStep, so you might want to check that out. I left a link, 20% off your first combine. The most money you can lose is the money that you choose to put in when you're doing the combine. So far with that video, I think we've had like 25 people sign up already, and it's good to see. Like, it's a great way to learn. It really does make you a better trader, even though I'm down for the week. And right at market close, I'll show you the whole week and the mistakes that I made and some of the good things I did as well. But it's not cliche. It really has made me a better trader, even though I was red. I'm a lot happier with the red that I took because I'm following rules. And I know that quote, like somebody's like kind of looking over my shoulder saying like, that's not the move that you want to make. It's good to have a beer at the end of the week. I don't drink during the week anymore. That's like, I know I have Brad Finn runs, but I've really lost weight because I stopped drinking during the week. When I get to Friday, that first beer it's pretty good. Even though it's a Bud Light, it's like pretty good. If you're watching the stream, small channel guys, consider subscribing. Please hit the thumbs up button. I know I'm probably only going to get about 25 thumbs up, but you know, please, any way we can, I want to try and build this channel. I streamed twice this week and 4 times over the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to try and do this like every Friday and see what happens. Definitely while I'm at least doing the combines. Because just like anything, when you're training for a race or whether you're learning the wheel in the Discord or whether you're doing the TopStep combine, it's always nice to know that people are doing it with you and they're in the struggle bus. See, so now this pullback into here, we're going to see where this once acted as resistance. Now we've broke through that. I want to see if that's going to act as support and see if we can start to turn this around back before the end of the day. Now, the futures market does technically close at 4:15, but right at 4 o'clock, really the volume on the market really starts to fade off to nothing, especially on a Friday when all the big shots are pretty much done for the day at this point. I think it's safe to say at this point in the day, we're pretty much dealing with retail traders. You can see I don't really draw too much on the charts, guys, but it's really, really hard for me to want to go short. It's really, really hard for me to want to go short and fight the trend. That's another big rule that I learned with all the education that TopStep gives you. Once you enter their combine, they give you so many videos and access to people. And it's like, it's ridiculous how many of them say, like, don't trade against the trend. And there's so many times where, like, it looks overextended and I want to take a short. And it's like, I look back in retrospect and I took shorts right at this, like right here. I really can't take a short until we blast. I mean, with heavy volume, blast through this, and the book map is just like, wow, you need to do that. Robin getting some wine. Wine down Wednesdays, but wine down Fridays. Tara's usually a wine drinker, but in the fall she's drinking pumpkin beers still, especially when Dubco makes one of the best pumpkin beers around. After my run, when my brothers come over, I usually switch to whiskey, just so I can sip it slower and watch the calories. So we have a huge block up at 40.70 right now. We're pretty much right where we're hanging out. If we can break above that now, like I said, we're seeing a little bit of bounce off of that trend line. Now you're saying, okay, when would we want to eat through and see that? Like, I kind of want to go long right now, actually, to be honest. I might see if we come down and actually touch the support and see what happens when we get down here. That was a rough, like I just drew that rough. And I found out that it's easier. I've been more successful when I just put a general trend than when I try and like line. I used to try and line it up with the bottoms of like every candle. But it's like the market doesn't work like that. It doesn't work to the tick, right? It's just general trends. So by just throwing in a rough trend, it allows for a little bit of error up and above and below. You know what I'm saying? I really got to figure out a way that I can show you guys my trading screen and the book map at the exact same time. See that buying pressure that just ate right through that 470? But then it starts to correct a little bit. Right now we have the 9 EMA sitting at 40.75. Okay, so that's right up here. This is where the 9 EMA is. But we see this stacking liquidity. So it's looking like we kind of want to go long here, especially with some liquidity building up here around 77. But that 77 is pretty darn close to that 9 EMA where we might want to see a bounce. If we can come up and we can eat through this 74 and get into the 77, that's going to be a pretty good spot for me to go long. I'm really not looking for shorts right now. And once again, I'm not looking for shorts because of the trend. Thank you, Luciano. Yeah, guys, cheers to the like button. Please, please, please. And I know some of you on the West Coast and it's like noon. We're drinking. Are you getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the U.S. game tomorrow? I guess that's one good thing about being on the East Coast tomorrow. Bagel Babe in the house, a new Discord member. Thank you so much for being in the Discord. I appreciate you. Vensky's in the house. What's up, buddy? Absolutely not. Got about 15 minutes till the bell rings. Kind of like this afternoon live session. Yeah, not waking up that early. No, it's fine. I mean, I watch it because it's an excuse to hang out with my buddies and probably have some drinks at 9 in the morning. Not really a huge soccer fan, but I mean, I guess you really don't have to watch like the second half, right? Another thing about this week in trading, the afternoon sessions have been better than the morning almost. Oh, God, Luciano, that's amazing. Did you hear about the physicist who was reading a book on anti-gravity? He couldn't put it down. Oh, my gosh. I have a master's degree in physics, and and I say that because I've been doing physics now since 1997 consistently, and I've never heard that dad joke. That is awesome. So see, now I'm trying to see if we're getting a little bit of whoop. maybe come up and mess around with highs. You can see on the day down 0.27, 11 points. Maybe after that huge dump this morning, maybe the market says, hey, let's get back to those overnight highs. Let's see what we can do here. See if we can continue this up, right? We're making higher highs. We're making higher lows. So we got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then depending on how far you zoom out, this might be the low here. Here's that swing low. This might be the lower low. And then maybe if we have enough time, we can get back up and see that 4,086 again, which would be awesome. I would love that. Breakfast beers. Got pretty big blocks at 40.73 still and 40.75. Really no blocks to the downside. So when you don't see any big liquidity to the downside, that can mean one of two things. It either means that it has room to run if we have big selling pressure, but we need some of that liquidity to push the market up and create that supply and demand. So it's not always a good thing when it's not that much down to the downside. Depending on how you zoom out is what you're going to see. So you kind of got to get an idea of the book map of like what you feel comfortable with. Like right here, we see this is red, but it's only 140 blocks. So it's really not that big as opposed to like 170 versus 100. That's almost double the block. These big red blocks as well. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, that dad joke is so good. It made my day, that dad joke. It's looking like it wants to come up and see what this 75 has to offer. I really want to see what happens down here at this liquidity here. If we sell down through this and don't get any response, it's going to be harder for me to go long. See, real no blocks. So sellers have some move, but there's really no topside blocks to push it. That's when we stay consolidated up and down. So boom, see these topside blocks show up. That's what pushes it down and continues it on the downward. So now we need some downside blocks to attract more sellers down to there, because the sellers are like, okay, let's go down to there and get some buyers to play with us. Or the market's just going to stay balanced right here until there's an imbalance in the market, right? Supply and demand. That's what the entire market is. Yeah, we're going to do, JJ and I recorded a tax loss harvest podcast. That's going to be out on Monday or Tuesday. What's up, PJ? So tax loss harvesting is a big deal. The problem with JJ and I talking about tax loss harvesting is we don't hold many individual stocks, and we also don't hold a ton of stuff outside of retirement that are tax deferred. So it's like, yeah, I have a poop ton of money in Roths and Roth retirement, but there's no tax implications there, so it doesn't matter. And my dividend portfolio is kind of buy and hold. So there's very, very few spots for me to tax loss harvest. And really the only tax loss harvesting I do is between VOO and VTI. So it's like, it's kind of hard to do that, but JJ has a couple more stocks that he's holding long-term or ETFs that he can use and go back and forth and say, okay, I'm going to trade this for that. And it's really going to return me the same, but it's a different asset. So I won't get pinned for, for the wash rule. If we can get up here, if we can push strong through this 470 and then get above the EMA, I'm going to look to go long. We got about 14 minutes left in the market. I think, like I said, I'm not against trading, but I'm definitely not going to force anything. I haven't had a green day since Monday. So even with a $90 day, which is essentially break even, I'll take it. I will take it, especially when I recap the entire week and you see what a slight disaster this week was. Let's open another one. Loosey-goosey Fridays. I only brought two because I do have to go for a run. Today's mile streak, 166 for anybody following along. Brad Finn runs. Day 166 of the mile streak. What's halfway? Like 180? Like I'm a month away from halfway. I will say being live makes me like want to take a trade for you guys, so we can cheer together a little bit, but I can't. Can't do it. We are right at that support line that I drew. And there's also like long-term trends. And speaking of Carmine Rosado, again, somebody mentioned him before. He just recently did a video about like zooming out and having macro trends, right? The trend on the whole day versus the trend on the MACD and the trend on the 9 EMA. But, also it's very hard for me to go short above VWAP, So there's these things that you just like make you a little bit more confirmation. Like sitting in front of the screen for the last year has showed me that very rarely do my shorts work out above VWAP. Very rarely do my longs work out when we're on the downtrend. Things like that. And those are things I'm realizing with trading that you can't teach in like a book or a course. You need to feel it. You need to see it over and over again. Show the book, Matt. I hear my daughter up on the toilet screaming for my wife because she just went poop. She's almost at the wipe her own butt stage, but not yet. Nice. Trade for the tank. Awesome. See, we push down through this. We have a couple more blocks to the downside. It's so hard. See how big this is? I want to take it, but I more want to see a response and a bounce back up to 470. That's the play I really want. And we see sellers tried, buyers came in. Sellers tried, buyers came in. Sellers tried again, buyers came in. And now we're just getting a mess. The blocks are building. So we might see some blocks stacking and try and push up to 470. Oh, yeah. See, it wants to go up. We might go long here, guys. I'm going to see what it does once we get down to 66 here. See if we get more buyers. I'm going long. I'm long, guys. Stop is at 40.64. It's coming down. It might hit it. This is one of those tight where it either is going to bounce off of there on the book map or it's going to continue up. This will make me red on the day if I fail. It's eating that liquidity. See if we can get some more buyers to step in here. Nope, sellers look like they're taking control. See if we can get some more buyers here. Bouncing around that liquidity. $65 is that really like that make or break. Targeting 70. Let's go. Push up. Push up. I just moved my stop to break even. I'm getting out of there, guys, at 150. I'm going to get out and secure green on the day. Let's go. Like I did need a green day, but I got to show you the book map because I have to be very, very clear with you guys. I didn't not want to take a trade that's my setup just because I'm afraid of being red on the day. You have to take emotions out of that. And this is a really, really good setup for me. Okay. This support, this is where I went long right here. Let me make sure you guys are seeing the book map. Yeah. This is where I went long. I saw this red come in. That red should have had a continuation. As soon as I saw these green dots, I was like, nope, buyers are still in control. And I went long. And I can make my short right below this liquidity. This is the beauty of the book map. And then boom, 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 a little chop. And then we just started riding back up. And I had to say, okay, where am I happy? And to me, this big buy right here, this is where I got out. The same exact, it's the opposite. Where I saw a big red with no continuation, which made me think, let's go long. I saw a big green here with no continuation. That's why I got out. Even though there was a big liquidity here, this lack of continuation off this huge volume said, hey, let's take a stop here, right? Let's do it. Now, is that always the case? No, look what we've done since, okay? I'll go back to the trade of 8. This is more of that hindsight. It's continued up. I got out right here at 68. It's gone up another 2 points. Okay. So that's another $100 I left on the table. That's okay. I did say I wanted to target that, but when I saw that big that big green, which said buyers with no continuation, I said, I do not want to see this thing reverse on me. Here it goes though. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. Look at it go. We might be able to hold. The book map is just going. There's really no blocks to the upside though. There's a block at like 40.75. So like right up here. Let's see. We might have time for one more long. Like I said, I'm not letting my emotion keep me from taking my quality setup. I'm not going to do that. I would rather get stopped out than not take my setup out of fear, right? No emotions. I have a strategy. I have a setup. I have things I want to see. If I see them, I go. I'm not going to win every trade. Sometimes I'm going to get stopped out. I probably exited that trade a little early because I'm live and I wanted to get a winner for you guys. If we can break through this 74, I think we're going to go up to this 80, guys. That's what I'm watching. If we break through this 74, we're going to go up to 80. Or at least we're going to try. 5 minutes left in the market. Currently up 233 on the day. I'm going to show you the whole week, every single day, all my stats in 4 more minutes. Roberto P., do you base your stop on a dollar amount or a level? It depends on where you enter. I have a 2-point bracket on there now to remind me that this is a great question. I do not place my stop according to a dollar amount or even points. That's just my bracket to start. And the reason I have that is because I should only be entering a trade at which I know that my trade is invalidated within 3-point stop, if that makes any sense. Like if there's like maybe 6 points support below where I want to enter, my trade isn't invalid until I break below that. So do I want to take heat on those 6 points? No. I missed the trade. So I have my bracket order set at 2 and 3 points to remind myself that if I'm not entering with an invalidation that's within 3 points, then I shouldn't be entering that trade, and I frankly missed it, okay? So the answer to your question, I place my stops where my trade is invalid, not based on a dollar amount, all right? I have my bracket orders set at 2, and let me see what you guys are looking at right now. Are you guys, okay, so you're not looking at trade of 8, okay. I have a 2-point and a 3-point, just depending on the volatility and the type of market at the particular time. I generally have the 3 points, all right? So 3 points is $150, 2 contracts, that's a $300 stop. That's what I had this morning, those 2 $300 trades, okay? If I, like for example, I'm looking here, and I want to go long, where is this trade really invalid? It's really invalid below this candle, right? So that's not 3 points. So I can't go long here. I must be patient and wait for a longer pullback. If this thing rips to the upside, I miss that trade. That's why I'm using bracket orders, okay? And that's why I have a fixed 2 point or 3 point. It's so that when I look up here at bracket, I say, Brad, as you enter, is your invalidation point within 2 to 3 points? Stop. If it's not, I missed it. You need to set your stops first, your profit target second, in my opinion. That's what's works best than me. Yeah, I'm trading the ES right now. So I'm trading the ES, the December 20. So it's the ESZ2. All right. Yeah, the bracket orders are great. Another thing with bracket orders is when one of them gets triggered, it exits and clears all of your orders. Unlike if you just put an order up here and an order down here, if it hits one, it doesn't cancel the other one out. Yeah, Roberto, I struggle, and we'll see when I look. I am not good at risk to reward right now. I am pulling trades too early, and I am holding trades a little bit too long. That is something that I'm frankly just working on. But how many? What do you mean, Bagel Babe? What do you mean by but how many? Oh man, this thing's still ripping. The markets are gonna close though. Oh my god, I gotta show you the book map right now. See, this is the end of the day volatility. This is just, to me, gambling, in my opinion. I want it to go here, but this is just gambling right now. With 1 minute till the close, you see how much more active it is. We're getting a little bit of flush. I think this is going to be the end of the day. Not the end of the stream, because I have to show you exactly what the combine looked like. If you look right up here, this is my contract entry. So right now I'm trading 2 at a time. And this is on the $150,000 combine. So in the $150,000 combine, let me show it I'll show you now that the markets are going to close. TopStep.com. Let me just get away from this real quick, just so I can log in and everything. Just want to log in. I just want to make sure like my accounts, when I log in, it doesn't show like if I have to blur out my accounts or something like that. Just, okay. Oh gosh, this is ugly. All right, here we go. So here's my week, and then we'll jump back into Trade-of-8and we'll see like some more stats. This is great because when you enter a combine, these are some things that TopStep is going to tell you. And they have an awesome tab here as well, which allows you to set rules, daily snapshots. It gives you a discipline score. Depending on how you set up your trade plan, it's going to build you like a good discipline score and say, hey, here are some things that you missed. And as we can see, my discipline score, not that great, but really bad yesterday, right? And it just helps you reflect. So this actually the Trader IQ, along with the resources that you can scroll up to, that I'm not going to because my account is right above this, but they really do want you to succeed, okay? And they make it very, very clear. So right now I am in day 5. So this was coming into today. This will update every day at 5 p.m. Okay. I started on the first day when I traded on Monday. Remember, I went down $700. I clawed back up and I had a profitable day on day 1 of $192. So really like that was a good day for me. Okay. The next day I was down 243. Another like break even kind of day for me. Very, very happy. These were disciplined days for me. This day right here, $2,000, and we'll go in and you'll see how many trades. Guys, I overtraded this day. It's clear as day. I overtraded and I held trades too long. I was hoping, right? And we never want to do that. This day, yesterday, down another 1,400, overtraded again, started the day angry, but also I think, and this is another big thing, I was trying to get back this entire day. Like, you should never be thinking, I lost $2,000, I got to get $2,000 today. Like every day is a new day. All right. And when you see it here, it just reinforces that. I should not have been thinking, okay, you lost $2,082 here. You need to get $2,082 back or you're a joke, right? Here was just a 192 day. These were just days. What should have happened here on day 4 is I should have said, let's trade. Let's see what happens. Let's get some little pieces out of the market and see what happens. But in this 150 step 1, okay, you have to trade for 5 days. I would have been eligible to pass today if I got to the profit target of 9,000. I'm not. I'm at starting the day 3,600. I just had a green day, so that's going to change. Here are my rules. I'm not allowed to exceed $3,000 daily loss limit. I am only allowed to trade permitted products. The ES is permitted. All the indices are. I'm only allowed to trade 15 contracts or more at a time. I definitely don't need to worry about that rule. And I need to keep my balance. My balance cannot go below. So this trailing drawdown, meaning you have to be consistent. You can have a bad day, but you can't have multiple bad days in a row. We need to be profitable. And this trailing drawdown, it follows your account up. And then when you come back down, you have to be consistent. So that's really the thing that I was fighting today. I was trying to make sure that I didn't get below $145,692. And I did not. So let's look at today and let's look at the entire week on a daily level and then on a bigger level. And if you guys have any questions, I'm looking at the chat right here. I will gladly answer any questions about each one of these days. So this is Tradeovate. This is a broker that you can trade futures on that connects to TopStep. Okay, so anybody that's been following me knows I've been trading futures on TopStep for on Tradeovate for a really long time. So that transition was awesome. So all of these stats and things that they're showing, these are all going to be stats that are associated with Tradeovate. So let me pull my face down. Okay, so what are we looking at? This is today. Today, I profited $233. I'll fucking take that, especially after the week. It gives you a little bit of profitable trades. It gives you a little bit of losses on your trades and some stats. I like to look at the largest winner and the largest loser, okay? But like I mentioned earlier, the average is a little bit tough because I do take some small break-even stops that skew that average. Once I get a little bit profitable, I like to move my stop and guarantee myself green. A lot of the times I probably should let the trade breathe a little bit, but I hate going from red to green. So I hate to do that. So my largest winning trade about 300, my largest losing trade 300 as well. Average trade time, okay, about a minute. So I pretty much still a scalper. My max run up on the day was $827. That means if I had a perfect day, that's where I would have been. My max loss was my max drawdown $429. If I had the opposite of that day, that's where I would be. I paid $66 in commissions. You're gonna have commissions. That's just the cost of doing business. 9K equals 6%. You can do it in a minimum of 5 days. As we can see, if I'm gonna get profitable, it's probably going to take me a little bit. I got a little bit of a hole to dig out of. It gives you the P&L throughout the day. All right, here's how your account looked on the day without fees and with fees. So really after that first 2 trades in the morning, I was pretty much green the whole day, which is a great feeling. This is a big one that I really am going to look at on the bigger scale of the entire week. All right. When are you trading? When are you losing? When are you winning? All right. 9 trades is something also that I want you to look at for today. Total of 9 trades total. We can click this and we can look at certain things. So let's go back and look at Monday. Monday, 2 trades, $192. Awesome. All right. Very, very easy day. The next day, let's look at the next day, 29th. That was my only other green day of the week. Here, 14 trades, a lot more trades. Largest winning trade, $262. Largest losing trade, $1,125. Not only was that unacceptable, it was the first trade of the day. That's brutal. I started off that day after clawing my way back on Monday. I'm down $1,100 to start. and I tried to get back, but you could see this fear. Break even, stop. Let me zoom in a little bit. Break even, stop, break even, stop, break even, stop. Had a couple of winning trades, a losing trade. I was all over the map that day. Tough day for me. But this is unacceptable. Largest losing trade, 1125. And I'd like to say that was the biggest mistake I made all week. But I only started using bracket orders yesterday. This is not using bracket orders. It's right there. And like I said, this is how TopStep is making me a better trader, because I wouldn't think so much about the analytics. I journaled, but not that much. If we go to Wednesday, largest trade, 550. I was a little bit angry with myself the day before, but look at the P&L here. 13 trades, 10 losers. I have in my trade plan, you've seen this in the Discord, 3 losing trades in a row. Get the hell out of there, Brad. I took 1, 2, 3 losing trades right here by 10 in the morning. I should have been out. Then I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losing trades right in a row. Every day that I have a loser, I break one of my trade plans. Every day. Every day that I'm red, I broke a trading plan. All right? And that, I mean, it's clear as day. And it's crazy that if you're just disciplined, whoa, where's the zoom? Your life becomes that much more easier. I'm going to redo that for the video. It's crazy that if you're just disciplined, your life becomes so much easier. I don't recommend any trading books. I haven't read any. I've just been here on YouTube. Is there anything you can see in common with the losing trades that you can approve? Yeah, like Robin, it really is like have bracket orders, have 2-point stops. You could always re-enter. Don't overtrade when you're angry. 3 losing trades in a row, get the F out of Dodge. You'll always live tomorrow. Trading is not about making money. It's about capital preservation. It's about being alive to trade tomorrow. And it's so true. Here's yesterday, 1,100 losing trades. So yesterday I started bracket orders. I started moving them a little and I was like, ugh, you know. If you look back at those 13 trades, they were all with your edge. No, they weren't. That was me trying to win back trades. That was me trying to like find quick scalps, you know. And I mentioned in the Discord how I've never had a red week. Like I've never had this many losing days in a row. And I didn't know if it was the combine. I didn't know what it was. But I think what it was is trying to do too much too soon, having these quote profit targets and things like that. And I'm really, really glad today that I put Post-its all over my computer this morning, because I've been looking at this every day. I put Post-its all over my computer and I was like, I am not going to allow myself to make these mistakes today. And look what happened. I had a couple stops, but not a big stop. I didn't have a loss that like took me out and took away all my profits, right? I had good risk to rewards and I ended up green on the day. So let's look at the entire week this week. That's going to be ugly. So this week, 63 trades. The largest winning trade was only $300. That was today. All right. That was today where I was patient. And I was like, let's hit our targets. Let's not pull too early. Largest winning trade was on that one day. That was crappy. All right. Like I said, average winning trade, tough with all these little tiny green stops. All right. It's tough really to use that average. Like, I guess if I put them in a spreadsheet and got rid of the break evens, I think that these would be closer. I'm not really sure. Average winning trade, 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Average losing, 3 minutes. So I'm pretty much out of there in like 2 to 3 minutes per se. Average winning, the longest winning, 8 minutes. Longest losing, 8 minutes. So that's pretty consistent right there. Max run up, 915. Max drawdown, 4,100. Not great. We can see that I was pretty much this week, I was successful or profitable on 57% of my trades. And my break even was 1.5. And then my losing trades were 41. 60-40 is pretty good if my risk to reward comes around. If I can keep those brackets good, 60-40 is a pretty good trading percentage. That tells me that I know my entries. I just have to be a little bit more patient and I have to wait for my particular targets. The other thing that I really want to come down to is this graph right down here, guys. and this is the time of day, and this is something that Rob just mentioned. Is there anything that I'm going to take away? I do not trade well outside of my trading window of 9:30 in the morning till 11. Okay. I just don't do it. 8 a.m. I'm losing, never winning. This is like first 15 minutes of the market, not doing so good. This was also that huge $1,100 trade that I had to start. I trade look, this is right here, 10:30, when I'm the most profitable. When I've been sitting at the computer from 9:30 to 10, getting an idea and feel the market, finding trends, that's when I'm successful. When I trade in the afternoon, no. This is power hour. This is what we just did. So I actually just shrunk this. Not good. And then here's at night when I'm sitting around really, 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 really bored and I make a losing trade. So the takeaways from this week, okay, use those bracket orders, right? Have yourself a fixed stop. If I can't enter within 2 to 3 points, I don't want to enter. Don't overtrade and trade on tilt. If you have a bad day, take a red day, walk away from that red day early. You have 3 bad trades in a row, Brad. You need to walk away. You're not seeing the market clearly. Trade inside your trade window, and that's as simple as that. Do not try and get back yesterday's trades today. Just trade today in the moment, and that's really that. And I think if I can do that, I think I'm going to have myself a really, really good week next week. Do you guys have any questions about that? You guys want to see how I do an intro? Do you think I can get it in one take? Because I'm going to do a recap on the main. This is going to get clipped up and put on the main channel tomorrow morning. Let's see if I can do this in one take. Oh gosh. Let me get rid of this. Hold on a second. A little behind the scenes action. So I just finished up a live stream over on Brad Finn Day Trades. Pretty much power hour here Friday, finishing up week 1 of the TopStep Combine. I'm going to show you in this video all of the trades and everything that I made. Mostly mistakes this week, guys. Mostly mistakes in week 1 of the TopStep Combine, but definitely some things I'm going to learn and take from into next week that hopefully if you're a new trader or you're doing the TopStep Combine, you can continue to do those things as well. Now I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next. Even though cliche, guys, it really is true. TopStep has made me a better trader this week. Even being in the red, it's nice knowing all the lessons that I've learned with somebody, quote, like kind of looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm doing the right thing and knowing that I'm trading with their money, not my own. So really my P&L is only what I paid to try and pass the TopStep Combine. No resets this week, which is awesome. In the red, but ton of learning experiences that I know will be valuable for you. So let's dive in, take a look at the entire week. Let's look at the trades that I just took right here on the live stream, as well as all the other trades I looked at this week, some of the stats and the things that I learned. Boom. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope even for this half hour, this was at least a little bit educational. If you have to give the video a thumbs up, please do so. If you want to try it, guys, the $50,000 account, very affordable, $130 or something for the whole month. You could try it out. And while you're doing so, they also have paper trading and things like that. I'm just telling you that. I'll answer one last question if you guys have any questions. Do you trade commissions and fees over time, or are they fixed? Wait, do trade commissions and fees increase over time? Are they fixed? Oh no, they get minus to right away. And all of them, hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, they are fixed. They depend on what you're trading, okay? And they also depend on like what kind of account you have set up with your broker. So every broker is going to have different commissions. So like if you have a free Trade-Evade account, right? So I have a free Trade-Evade account. I don't pay them any money for Trade-Evade, right? Trade-Evade links with TopStep. 79 cents for a standard, 25 cents for a micro, 20 cents for a small, and 0 for Coinbase. Pretty much the minis are 79 cents each. The micros are 0.25. You can lower those by doing this. I'm actually at the point now where I take enough trades where I pay more than $199 in commissions, so I might go this route. But yeah, no, the brokerage is going to show you exactly how much you're going to pay. And as soon as you enter the trade, you pay one side. As soon as you exit the trade, you pay another side. It's not a percentage of your win or loss. It's not that. All right. So it strictly depends on how many contracts you take and what you're trading. Hope that answers your question. Any other questions before we get out of here, guys? All right. And then the week green. That doesn't suck. It's crazy how you can make $233 and it makes you forget about the $3,000 you lost. But I didn't lose $3,000 because it's not my money. It's TopStep's money. So thank you, TopStep, for letting me show you that I know how to trade. And hopefully I'll be back, get the whole account into the green next week. And if worst case scenario, I'll see you next Friday.